Virgo, I'm here to give you a wild card read straight from the hip with lots of lift. We're diving right into your collective energy to see what's coming at you. This is for any significant Virgo placement, or if you happen to have a prominent placement in the 6th house. Also, if you're a Pisces rising, that makes you a Virgo descendant. So let's see what is the message that wants to come on through for the Virgo collective. What is the memo that you get at this time? What's coming up in their energy? Let's see. You're moving away from something, but you're kind of bitter about it. Like you feel like you shouldn't have to be the one to have to walk away from this situation. It feels unfair to you. In fact, you might still be kind of like, I don't know, sort of straddling the line in a way. I'm almost seeing this as, you know, it's 6 of Swords. It's in reverse. Okay. It's also in the shadow. It makes me feel like maybe you're giving the illusion that you're walking away from something, but you haven't quite yet. Like you kind of got one foot in still. You might be getting confused a little bit about what really is the best direction for you. You might be dealing with a little bit of self-generated smoke and mirrors, I have to say. This is what's kind of coming through here. What does this have to do with? Oh, this has to do with, you know, a soulmate that's sort of like, leaving you a bit in the dark in this regard. It feels more like a curse than a blessing at this point, I have to say. That's the way it's coming through. You feel really at odds with this energy. And yet there's something going on here, I have to say, because this is double sixes, okay? Even though it's in the shadow, there's something here that has the potential for great healing. And that's the purpose of this person showing up on your path. They're here to illuminate something for you, okay? Something that you need to heal and you need to transform, all right? Let's get a look at this. Let's get a look at this. You might even be having an ex come around. Oh, yeah, I mean, with that, the King of Spades just showed up on the scene. Yeah, maybe they're coming back around. Okay, you might have an ex coming back around. It might have been kind of a rough cutoff back there, I have to say, okay? You're not sure if you should revive this, okay? It does feel like something looping back around. You could be dealing with an air sign energy. This is big, strong Aquarius energy, but it could also be a Gemini or a Libra, all right? It's also that South Node energy that we're all moving through right now. I bring in the signs, but you know, it really can be anybody. It's likely somebody you've dealt with before. You tried to walk away from this once before. It keeps reeling you back in. Okay, what's at the crossroads here? Yeah, I mean, you'd like to balance this out. You would. There's this part of you that would really like to balance this out. You'd like there to be, you know, a reason to move forward with this thing. I think that's why you're hesitating. Like, it's weird because I feel this energy, like on one hand, you feel like you're forced, like I have to walk away and I don't want to walk away, but I know it's the right thing to do and what I need to do. So I'm going to do it. But you're like really begrudging about it. And then it's sort of like one foot in, one foot out. At the same time, you're still kind of like you haven't really walked away. You know what I mean? It's like that's the outer presentation, but you're sort of like bargaining with yourself at the crossroads. But I don't feel like you're the only one going through that. I actually feel like the person that you're trying to like walk away from feels the same. It's weird. I think you're like mirroring each other. You're both in this space. You both don't know what the hell is going on, I have to say. That's what it looks like, okay? So there's a little bit of imbalance here. You'd like there to be growth in this situation. You're just not sure if you want to invest in this, though, because every time you have, everything just goes totally awry, okay? It all gets really confusing. Nothing makes sense. You never seem to get it right. You always seem to be like two ships passing in the night. It never seems to sync up. It's always bad timing. Okay, and yet I feel like this character is coming back around, Virgo. Okay, so let's see what's up with this. What is this about? What does this King of Spades want? What's up with this? It's this apparition of the past coming back around. You know, it's interesting because the 3 of clubs wanted to pop out there for a minute and then it decided to go back in. So that's really interesting. It's like it's speaking of the hesitancy. I feel like you're both in this space. I feel like you're both in this space. You're like, maybe it's a case where like somebody doesn't want to make the first move. It's almost like they feel like it's an admission. Maybe one person really feels like they shouldn't have to be the one to walk away, you know, or maybe one feels they shouldn't have to be the one to approach, you know. You could both be having this argument. I feel like both both cases are true. You both feel the same. You both feel you shouldn't have to walk away, and you both feel like you shouldn't have to be the one to approach. Sorry. At this point, the conundrum, it's a good way to get stuck. Now it's on the bottom of the deck here. Oh, look at this. You're like, I want to revive it. Oh, with that ace of hearts in reverse. Yeah, look at this. We've got the Queen of Hearts right here with the Jack of Diamonds coming up in the shadow, all right? Yeah, it's like the waiting game. The wait is the hardest part. Who's going to win this standoff at the OK Corral? Who can outweight the other? That's what it seems like. Look at your energy, Jack of Diamonds there. You're like, I'm going to slow this down to a grinding halt. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, look at this. Two of Hearts, something that has been divided, but it's wanting to be reunited because it feels so good. This is that soulmate energy, okay? So there is a desire for reuniting this thing, bringing it back together, all right? But both people are kind of like facing off with each other and not wanting to be vulnerable. I feel like in this case, I have to say, it looks like the masculine is more in the place of hesitating, taking that action, you know, looking at things too logically. I mean, we see that the Queen is already in their heart. All right, receptive. There's a little bit of bitterness or resentment coming from the masculine here, you know. We've got 9 of Diamonds energy. That's like a super independent energy. This can also be somebody who is really, you know, more concerned about practicalities, I have to say. It could also be somebody who had to go through a process of, you know, kind of shoring themselves back up. Like maybe they went through some major reversal in their life, and so they had to do a lot of work to just get themselves built back up. This can be like building back up the self-esteem, building up the inner strength, building up the courage, okay? It can also be building back up the finances, the stability, all right? So I think this person's just been in a place where they've been like kind of like putting down bricks. That's what I see. It's just like before I can ease on down that road, I got to lay down one brick at a time. I have to line the way for my road ahead, you know, and I got to fix some potholes, and there's some things I need to address in this matter, okay? So looks like very independent energy, also very much focused on finances, building stability, looking at things plainly, rationally. And I feel like another here is very much in their heart center, like very much in their feeling nature, feeling sentimental, feeling emotional, right? You can flip-flop roles, it don't matter, okay? The king could be a feminine energy. The queen could be a king energy. I just see this sort of like a little bit of a divide here when one person is really more kind of steely in the situation. Oh, and just as I said, more steely in the situation. Who pops up but the Queen of Spades in the shadow? Okay, there's that, you know, air sign energy. Just see, I told you, the king could be a queen. All right, so yeah, I can see that. You know, it could be like actually where the person's at internally is more from a place like that standoff and the OK Corral energy, you know, a little cold, you know, a little pissed, you know, and then you got, you know, the outside front though is one of like, I've got everything mastered, I've got everything on lock, I got it all together, I am steely, I am the alpha, I am the sigma. Yeah, I do feel like there's also real focus too. I am picking up this piece too that somebody may have really been needing to focus on, kind of like themselves, really wanted to be in this independent energy as well, and kind of couldn't deal with any distractions, okay? Couldn't deal with any distractions, maybe just wanted to project that too, just like, I'm not open to love. I'm not open to love. Okay, well, something's coming around to challenge this stance. That's what it looks like. Yeah, there's been some blockage in this situation with the 2 of Spades after a time of definite loss here with the hidden. But see, look, What's hidden here, what caused the ending, what caused the blockage, that's where there's a mystery to solve here. That is the Pandora's box, okay? So I do feel like there's something really heavy that's at the root of why things went awry here, why there is blockage here. There is something that's a mystery, but we also know it's something that has been intentionally hidden, okay? So something of a secretive nature, potentially a nefarious nature, okay? And there might be a need to speak some big, bold truth. There might be a need to like light a torch and shine a light down those dark corridors to figure out like, well, what has been going on? I also feel like there's passions in this situation. Now, passions can work two ways. Passions can be hot and heavy. They can be sexy, but passions can also be like ire, right? You know, they can be the seeds of drama. They can be seeds of conflict. This could be related to somebody going out, sharing the wand, you know. Potentially, somebody may have felt like, you know, they were going to present the image of, you know, being available when they weren't, too. I got that message coming in for somebody. You could have been dealing with somebody like that. You could have been presenting yourself like that. It really could work either way, okay? We got water sign energy on the board, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We got air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. These may be factoring strongly into your situation. There's a bit of a wild card play about to come in here, especially with the Jupiter Uranus alignment that's coming in April, 11:55 on the clock. Expect something to radically change in a stalemate situation. Something's going to move and it's going to be unexpected. There's going to be a new beginning. It's to bring in alignment and also a wild gift I just got, okay? So there's a little this Joker energy, some divine play, some synchronicity going on here. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of worry. There's a lot of worry. There's a lot of stress. But what's interesting here is it's like this might be the very thing that's actually blocking what wants to come in this situation. It's sort of like you're projecting your fears onto your future. So like you're engaged in a little bit of that rabbit medicine right now, I have to say. Rabbit like tells themselves stories about all bad things that could possibly happen to them. And because of that, they call those bad things to them. So I don't know. I feel like there's a need to kind of get the head straight, man. You might be kind of like looking at a situation out of like the view you had in the past, like almost like your former self is viewing the present situation. And this is where some work needs to be done that you're not recognizing, okay? There's a new view you need to get of this situation to have a clear perspective about it. That's what I got, all right? Let's see what we got going on here. Oh, now there comes the new beginning. There comes the Ace of Diamonds. There comes the investment. Will you take it? Will you take the opportunity, all right? Because we do see an Ace of Diamonds here. Somebody's putting an Ace of Diamonds on the table. They're like, hey, can we commit to this process? Now, this could be like a relationship commitment. We've got a lot of love indication here. And it is kind of like speaking to that a little bit more. It's really weighing out. Is somebody willing to make a mutual investment in the growth of this connection? This could start out as like, are we willing to even heal it? You know, are you open to healing this connection? Are you open to a renewal in this situation? Are you willing to flip it up and reverse it like a game of Uno? And can the ending actually become the new beginning? Isn't that interesting how the Ace of Spades in reverse, it looks like a heart? You know, that heart's been charred, man. It's been through the fire. Well, maybe it needed to go through a fire test of truth to arrive at what was really important here. The choice will be yours, but I do feel like fear is what's getting in the way in this situation. Fear to hold back an opportunity, but I don't know. Cut of the deck. Is it worth it for Virgo to open up to this experience, to make this move or accept this offer? Let's check it out. Got some light influence coming in here. We got 5 of hearts, okay? What's on the other side? 5 of hearts to 7 of hearts in reverse in the shadow. I mean, I think this is why you feel like you have to walk away, but you don't really want to. That's what's coming through. You know this situation will likely disappoint you. You have a feeling like there's too many other options involved. This person doesn't really want to make a commitment. Maybe you really see this person as like your other half, or you feel like this is the, I hate that terminology. I don't even know why I'm saying that, but maybe somebody refers to it as that. Maybe they're like, I'm looking for my other half. I don't know. I just feel like somebody here recognizes that you need to be a whole person in and of themselves. And then you meet somebody else who can share that space with you, who can share power. So there might be a little something in this situation where one person feels like they have more power than the other, and that's really what's creating a problem in this matter, okay? I also see that this is like somebody likes to have a lot of options and they don't really, you know, maybe somebody doesn't even want that. Like they feel like it would be a disappointment to end up in like a situation where they were tied down to one person. They just want to do what they want to do. And I think for another person, that's really disappointing. That makes them feel sad, you know? So I feel that makes sense why a part of you could be like, I don't feel like I should have to walk away because I feel like this person is my soulmate. Like this is somebody I'm supposed to be with. But the other part of you, the reasonable part, you know, the spades part is like, yeah, but you know, I got to look at things as they are. Like the fact of the matter is, this is who this person is, and this is how they can greet me, and it's not what I want, so I have to walk away. And you still feel connection. Okay, so this is, you know, this is the question here. See, look at this 8 of hearts is in the shadows. This makes me feel like you're kind of being a little bit close-minded. Like just because the connection can't have the expression that you think it should have on the surface, you might be throwing away a real genuine opportunity to have some kind of really worthwhile interaction with this person. And you don't know what it'll become, but it's sort of like the need to have it like all figured out and, you know, all, you know, fitting within your picture of what the perfect outcome would be in this situation. You're actually kind of like shooting yourself in the foot, and you're allowing your fears to prevent you from having what could be a really cool opportunity. All right, so this is something for you to sit with and something for you to figure out. What do we got here? Yeah, I mean, this is coming from a place of like anger, resentment, really guarded. I mean, the feminine isn't coming forward in the best way here, right? I think also the feminine with that 9 of clubs, like this, you know, the feminine's been through a lot in this situation. The feminine is tired of it. The feminine is burnt out, you know? And I mean, it really does depend. Pick what side you're on, because I can see how another could view the feminine as also kind of like, well, you brought it on yourself with your, you know, you're messing around. You know, Queen of clubs in the shadow can be somebody who likes to, you know, they like to keep their options open. Either way, we see a case here where both people kind of feel, you know, justified in their stance, and it's like a grid point where nothing can get moving, and it's only up to you if you're going to allow it to move. But I do see an offer coming forward. Somebody wants to give something another shot. It's up to you. We got water on the board, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We got your energy on the board, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We got air energy on the board, you know, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and we certainly also have fire on the board now too. We got everybody, okay? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you could be dealing with anybody. It could have been this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy that's an X, okay? Potentially they also have a strong air and fire in their chart. This person's been a little difficult, a little hot to handle. They usually are. You'll figure it out.